first went to Al-Quds, I think the number of people interested in what we were doing was fairly small. Once Al-Quds faculty started coming to Brandeis, once Al-Quds and Brandeis students started meeting in Istanbul, little by little, the word got out that something exciting was going on.
Makes me hopeful, certainly, that we have more in common than we do have differences.
We're here to become friends, to form friendships, not to argue and battle and then go back to our home countries and talk bad about each other. It was more to just say, I met this great Palestinian girl, this Palestinian boy, you know what, dreams and aspirations just as I do.
The relationship between the universities really began with a sustained visit from the president of Al-Quds University, Sari Nusseibeh, to Brandeis more than 10 years ago. To their credit, both presidents have been steadfast from the beginning about the importance of this partnership, and Dr. Dajani has really brought a kind of special energy and passion to her own work as a physician, as someone focused on child research, and also to our partnership.
The idea that Brandeis and Al-Quds could come together around a curriculum that would foster critical thinking, critical reading, critical expression was very exciting.
We took our first 8 students to Istanbul and met 2 faculty members, and we explored Istanbul by day and explored texts of philosophers, the sort of the underpinnings of Western civilization, by morning and afternoon.
We were in Istanbul. It's literally cut in half between Europe and Asia, and it wasn't until I was heading back until I realized how rich of an experience I had. First of all, I met my Palestinian peers and got to see and really explore how wide the Palestinian views can be. Moreover, I got to meet the American peers. Just the way we connected in such small time. It was really, really changing for me.
One of the most moving days of that exchange was the day that we read Robert Frost's The Wall. We ended up talking about whether good fences made good neighbors. It was very moving to all participants. Not a person left that room with dry eyes and without a better appreciation for the fact that we're not talking about politics, we're talking about people.
It was inspiring to me because at the end of the trip, after those 10 days, everybody was so different.
Everybody's got a story, and we have to listen to their stories. The only way you'll know someone's story is to ask them about it, and then they'll be willing to listen to your story.
No taxation?
Without representation.
That's tyranny. Here, here. See, that's what we learn in American history.
It's like here, militia, like with Hezbollah. You think of these people as terrorists, but like when you are talking about your own people, your own ancestors, you would say like, I'm proud like of these people, of these militias, because they fought for their own rights and the people.
Well, but I think that the American militiamen didn't attack civilians, which is a key difference to me in legitimate resistance and illegitimate resistance.
Yeah, I would agree on with this. Like, and if we take this point, like we will see that more happens in the Israeli side, like it is an army. Like you should come to our house and see how we argue, and we're still like a family.
Yeah. we often like get in discussions, like we argue, we get mad and something, but at the end, like as I said before, we shake hands, we say friends.
You know, you develop relationships with these lovely people who you've met in Palestine. You've seen the way they live, you know, gone about their daily lives, and now it's a pleasure to show them our daily lives, the way we live in the United States, and hopefully dispel some of the stereotypes that people have gained through, you know, the news media or through film and television.
It gives you hope, like you will have more faith in peace, because sometimes you, like after Gaza war or like being suffered on a checkpoint, you feel frustrated. But meeting these people give you hope that talking to these people to the other side is not like impossible, and they could be a solution one day.
We have a lot to learn from faculty who have worked in much more challenging environments, who have had to deal with much larger numbers of students, who have had to improvise in a kind of day-to-day way about how to make the most out of what they have.
Many things leaves Al-Quds University to be considered as a unique university. It's the only university in the West Bank that hosts medical school and the only Arab school that exists in East Jerusalem.
There have been 10 or 20 Brandeis faculty administrators who have gone over there, and we've all brought back these extraordinary experiences. I've applied to the Fulbright Foundation, which would place me in Al-Quds, and I've gotten word that in fact it has been approved. I wouldn't have dreamed of doing this except for the experience with the exchange. I'm going to be able to kind of really cement those relationships and build on them and deepen them, and in turn bring all of that back to Brandeis.
The most important thing we have as a Palestinian is education. Our colleague from Brandeis came to Al-Quds University and they shared with us our experience, and just they gave us their feedback, and the same thing we are doing it nowadays here. Here just they give the student the freedom to think and to ask and to do many things.
Coming here, seeing things happening, it gives you, it convinces you that it can be worked.
Our educational system suffers from a lack of critical thinking. Many of the subjects are treated as math or physics or science. This partnership offers a key and a way of learning on how to transform that.
Higher education for us, I believe, is the main objective or main goal that we're trying to achieve. This is the only exit that we have in our difficult and terrible life that we're living.
To have close ties with a university in a very different culture is enriching for us.
I know it's a small step, but changing the way we learn things, we can never ignore and realize how great of an effect it would have on us as people and as cause.
Whatever comfort we felt there, we didn't want it to be over. We just wish we could tell everybody, tell the world what we learned, so that they see different and think different.